Hello, good morning and welcome again to my YouTube channel. I want to talk to you this morning about the fact that you need to mind your own business. I want to talk to you about mind your own business. A particular individual was asked, his name was Kroc. Ray Kroc. He is the manager of some of the merchandise franchise of one of the food franchise in America. That is, I think, McDonald's. Yeah, McDonald's. He was one of the people that owned McDonald's at the time. He owned some of the franchise. Somebody came to ask him, and somebody was teaching in a business school, and he asked the student, he said, what is the business of Ray Kroc? And the students laughed, and they answered, everybody knows his business. The business of Ray Kroc is a food business. Who does not know that? Everybody knows that he's into food business. And the person taking them in the seminar said, no, the business of Ray Kroc is not the food business. So they were surprised. What is his business then? The man said the business of Ray Kroc is real estate. The business of Ray Kroc is real estate. But he was the manager, he was the owners of franchises of McDonald's. But they said no, the man said no, his own business was real estate. Because they see McDonald's that he was managing the food company, and he was managing all the franchises, and they are moving on and they are making progress. But the man was making sure that he owned all the land where the McDonald's was located. So he owned the land. So he make more money from the land than from the food business, because the food business money is going to be shared among the shareholders, among the people that they own it together, because the franchise is going to pay to the main body, the main parent body of McDonald's. But the real estate on which the building of McDonald's is located is his own, is in charge of it. And they pay rent to him perhaps, or they pay the lease, this out to them. So that's what I'm saying. Ray Kroc is a good example of somebody that minded his own business. He minded his own business. His job was the McDonald's, the food business. But his own business that he's minding is real estate. His job was the McDonald's, but his business is real estate. His job is the McDonald's, but his business is real estate. His job is the McDonald's food. The food business is his job, but his business was real estate. You can see. Somebody told me some years ago, somebody is a teacher, maybe he's teaching chemistry or he's teaching physics. And every year, they do what they call WAEC, West African Examination Council, in some West African countries. And then, during the exams, WAEC will ask them to get some instruments ready. They need, for chemistry, they need a pipette, they need conical flasks, they need beaker, they need the pipette, they need other things that they need. They need triple stand, they need so many chemicals in chemistry. They need some acid, they need some bases, they need indicators, they need the titration stand and other things. So the teacher is teaching is on salary. But the person that is supplying those equipment during those practicals is not on salary, he's a businessman. So if a teacher and funniest thing, some of these business people that supply these materials, they make more money than the teachers. Why? Because business is business. Now, business pay more than salary job. A salary job is good. Not everybody can go into business. So you have to weigh everything I'm saying and don't just drop your salary job and go into business. Remember Ray Kroc, he did not leave the food business. Some salary job can link you to some businesses. Some salary job can link you to customers for your business. Now somebody that is a teacher, teaching chemistry, the person can combine the two. If he can combine the teaching of chemistry with the sales of the equipment, it's just to contact the wholesalers and to get it bought. And when the school want to buy, others give quotation, he also gives his own quotation. The school can decide to buy from him. He can network with chemistry teachers all over the vicinity, his local government, and he supplies to all those schools. And it's a very simple thing for him to do with these days that we are in. You can call a taxi or call a vehicle, or ask them to come and pick it, or charge them delivery fees and then you send it, you deliver it to them. So things are a bit easier these days. In fact, you can decide to deliver it after your own working hours. You can decide to deliver it on the weekend, and it's quite flexible. So this is what it means to mind your own business. Many people in Africa do not mind their own business. A friend of mine happened to travel outside of Africa, and he was telling me everybody is facing his own business. In fact, you can be next door neighbor to somebody, and the person may not know much, they don't know much about you. They don't know much about it. Everybody is minding his own business. Nobody cares. You be on the way, everybody's moving, everybody's going, everybody. People are polite. People outside in advancement, they are polite, they are good, they are everything, but they mind their own business. They don't give a damn. If you are having a ceremony and you do not invite them, they are not going to show up at your ceremony. They are not going to show up at your ceremony. Since they are not invited, they will not show up at your ceremony. They will remain where they want to remain. They may even hear about it. In fact, once they are not invited, they don't give a damn. But in Africa, people don't mind their business. Whether they are invited or they are not invited, they will show up. Whether you call them or you don't call them, they will show up. And that is why what is called RSVP in invitations. The RSVP, I think it's French or Latin or whatever, it says Responsez vous plaît. That means I've invited you with this card, but please respond. If you don't respond, I'm not going to prepare for you. So it's those that respond that I got your card, I'm coming. So if I printed 50 cards and I sent to 50 people, 50 families, or 50 individuals, and only 30 responded with RSVP, Responsez vous plaît, with RSVP, only 30 responded. Now that 30 that responded, I'm going to make food and arrangement, and I'm going to prepare the place and everything for those 30 people. The other 20 that did not respond cannot show up and say, we just came. No, you cannot just come. And the other people that were not invited cannot show up because they are not invited. So the provision will be made for those who have been invited. So those who are not invited will not be allowed in. But in many Africans, they do not mind their business. If there's an event anywhere, they do not invite them. They say, even though you don't invite us, we heard and we are here. Can you imagine? They do not mind their own business. They say, you didn't invite us, but we heard about your event and we have come for the event. But the person that did not invite you have made provision for, let's say, 100 guests. And now you will be finding like 500 guests attending. Then, during the event, they will say the chair is not enough, they'll go and get more chairs. During the event, they will say food is not enough, they'll go and get more food. During the event, they'll say that drinks are not enough, they'll go and get more drinks. In such a way that the person making the ceremony will spend more than the budget, than what was budgeted. And out of all these people, how many people are going to drop something for the individual? Well, that people drop sometimes and they don't drop at times. Now, it's important that Africans begin to mind their own business. They mind their own business. The time that we take talking about other people, gossiping, even at work. In an advanced country, nobody cares to gossip. Nobody minds to gossip. Nobody has the time to gossip. You don't see them outside and start gossiping. Start gossiping. About what? About who? On what? Everybody is busy. They mind their own businesses. They go to their work. When they want to relax, they relax. And they don't care. They don't want you to disturb them. And they won't disturb you. And then they move on with their lives. But in Africa, people don't mind their own business. The gossip thing is so rampant, it's so hard. And then people go to offices, they go to work, they go to school, they go to marketplaces, they gossip. They can gossip for 1 hour. If you gossip for 1 hour in a day, in 365 days in a year, you have gossip for 365 hours. 365 hours. 365 hours. That means you have gossip for about 1 over 24. You have gossip for in a year. You have gossip for about half a month. You have gossip for 15 days out of a year. You have gossip for 15 days. So that's why we have to be very, very meticulous and careful, and very, very careful, and very, very careful with whatever we do. That half a month, you can put it into something. You can do something with it. You can do something. You can have a thinking chair and be thinking that 1 hour in a day. You can try to write a book. That one hour in a day. You can try to learn how to make computers. You can try to learn how to repair computer. Just put 1 hour in a day in it. You can learn how to do something. You can learn anything. You can learn any kind of skill. You can learn how to cook some special delicacies. Just every day, 1 hour. When you're investing in that, you can do a lot with your life. You can use that 1 hour to visit somebody and just talk to the person about things that are happening in life, not just gossiping. and talking about people, things that you cannot change, this I think I cannot do anything about it, you're talking about it. This is the bane of Africa. If Africans can put their mind to work, if Africans can inject in themselves and do something tangible with their lives, you will see that things are going to move forward, things are going to change, things are going to become better for Africans. Africans need to mind their business. In families, let us begin to discuss ideas. Don't let discuss people, don't let discuss past events. Discuss ideas that can move the family forward, that can move the nation forward. You are just discussing. Then you go to this, you are discussing. No idea is being discussed. I think we have to form idea clubs all around us. And you there, listening to me, you can be the one that form it first. Form an idea club where just bring people together to discuss ideas. We talk about ideas and you mind your own business. I'm telling you, you need to form your own business. You need to start your own business. You need to think of something that you can do on your own. Somebody said you cannot leave your job for your child. You are working in somewhere, maybe they are working somewhere as a manager. When you finish your role as a manager, your child will come in as a manager. Your child cannot come in as a manager. I mean, other people that you are working together will come in as a manager. You cannot say, I'm the manager here, my child will take over from you. Your child cannot take over from you as a manager. Except your child is also trained, except you are the owner of the company. Except you own the company. In fact, in most companies that you don't, any company that you don't own, even if your child knows about the job and you're working in the same company, they won't put you in the same place, in the same department, or in the same place, just reporting to yourselves. They may put your child far away from you if the company is large enough. You may put your child in another department, in another place, and there's no how your child will become the manager, and the child after you will take over. No, the company won't allow that because it's not owned by you. But you can leave a business to your child. So after work, instead of resuming to television, instead of resuming to other things and just gossiping, why can't you try to start a business and just put 1 hour into the business? Put 30 minutes into the business that can put 1 hour into during the day that can run on its own. When you come back, it can be a backyard business. I don't know of any kind of business it can be so many. There are so many businesses that people can go into. This is a challenge for you that you need to mind your own business. I'm going to talk to you some other time. Bye for now.